Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the people of the state of California. I'm your host, Elijah Dominguez. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Contra Costa County in Martinez, California. I am currently engaged in litigation with the Contra Costa County Crockett Library after they had discriminated against me for filing a American with Disabilities Act after being refused the right to accommodation, stating that I needed to give them 72 hours notice prior to this. I was not aware of this until May 15th, 2024, that I needed to be accommodated, and that the county council has refused to speak to me. They have not assigned an attorney, and they will not speak to me about mitigating the damages that they caused and the injuries that they caused. I would like to show you the video and audio that I took of the county council and a conversation I took of a public employee. This is not a violation of the law because they are a public employee working during public hours. So, let's get this video started. Show you what the county said, and then I'll show you a conclusion. I'll conclude the video, and I hope that you like this video. You'll share and like and subscribe for more content as well. So let's get this video started. Here we go.
County Counsel's office, how can I help you?
Yes, hello. My name is Elijah Dominguez. I'm calling in regards to a lawsuit filed against the county. I'm calling today if you had to see if you have received the case for C24 02904 KAW.
C24, sorry, could you repeat the last bit?
02
02?
90
Mm-hmm.
4. And it's KAW.
Okay. Let's can see if it's been assigned yet or if we have received it.
That should have been sent by mail.
I'm sorry? It should have been sent when?
It was sent by mail. I spoke with a employee on Monday, and she told me that you had received it. I'm just trying to see to reconfirm.
She said that it has been received?
Yes, this was Monday, and she said to call back on Wednesday, which is today.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to reconfirm as well to find out if it's been received.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold, and I will see if I can get in touch with her real quick. She should be here today.
Okay. I can hold.
Thank you.
So we'll see if she can reconfirm that they've received it.
I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to her, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
County Council.
Yes, hello. I'm calling today in regards to the case that was filed. I'm calling to see if you've received it.
We've
For
received it.
and have you assigned anybody yet?
The case hasn't been accepted by the federal courts yet.
What do you mean?
That is what I mean.
There's a filing for it. What do you mean it didn't be accepted, ma'am?
Well,
There's a
can't
case.
necessarily tell you.
There's a case number C24029040KAW, and you're telling me the case is not being filed, and you can't necessarily tell me, which means
that is not what I said.
Okay, then can you explain to me why it's not being why it wasn't granted by the courts then yet?
No, because I don't work for the courts.
Okay, but there's a case filing. How can you not defend your position? Are you the attorney signed for this case?
I'm not an attorney.
You are not an attorney. So, is there an attorney signed to this matter yet?
No.
No. Okay. So, okay, I will, when will there be an attorney signed?
That I cannot tell you. I am not aware of when it will be assigned.
We
just get told when it gets assigned.
And is this because the case filing has not been accepted yet?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Nope.
I mean, the case has been legitimately filed. I'm just curious to try to get some discovery, so I need to know if the attorney office is are you representing Contra Costa County Library and the defendants in this case, or not? Or are they gonna go pro per?
We would represent them.
So you are going to represent the party?
Well, that would be up to the attorneys to tell you. I'm not an attorney, so I can't tell you that kind of thing.
Well, my thing is, how can I talk with the attorney if there's no attorney assigned, ma'am? That doesn't really make kind of sense to me.
It means you can't at this time.
I understood, but you do understand the rules of discovery, Rule 26, correct?
I don't, because again, I'm not an attorney.
Well, the rules of discovery, Rule 26, meaning that I have the right to discovery in this matter, and I am going to start sending subpoenas. And when you do not comply with these subpoenas, I will be forced to file for a contempt charge and hopefully get a fine for non-compliance, because it seems like your office has an intent to be difficult. I was trying to call to hopefully settle the issue and dispute, which is your office is clearly in the wrongdoing. And I was hoping to settle dispute as quickly as possible, but it seems like your office wants to delay this issue and draw it out as much as possible. And so I am going to go ahead and bid you au revoir. And I'm going to I'm going to hang up this conversation because obviously this is going nowhere and you have no intent to resolve this issue. So I will have to see your office in court. Thank you for your time and your consideration, and have a wonderful day. If you have any concerns, you can call me back at 925-594-0046, 925-594-0046, when you decide to assign a attorney to this matter, since you are representing them. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. Take care now.
You as well.
Bye-bye. And that shows you that the Contra Costa County, all they want to do is simply draw it out as long as possible and make it as difficult as possible for me to settle the issue in which they were clearly wrong in the dispute. Typical county maneuvers, used to it. but it's okay. I'll take the appropriate legal procedures and handle this appropriately. Um, if you've been watching it up to this point, thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and comment for more. Take care now. Thank you.
District Court.
Yes, hello. I'm calling today in regards to a case filing. A case filing C24-02-904 KAW.
Okay, give me one moment. And the name on the case?
Elijah Dominguez versus the Contra Costa County Library and Allison Peterson.
Okay, and how can I help you?
Yes, I am just trying to find out, has this case been accepted?
Well, the case was opened on May 10th, and the scheduling order was issued. And you need to file a consent declination in this case.
Okay.
All these documents were mailed to you. Well, at least, yeah.
I
Two
mailed.
of them were. The notice regarding and the clerk's notice regarding consent declination were mailed to you. One was mailed today, and the other one was possibly mailed. Did you include a self-addressed stamped envelope when you?
Yes, I did, but this was the problem, is they sent that information that I sent to you, the information that you just asked for. I sent that to your office, but it was sent back to me, and it was unstamped. And then I received the records later. But I first received the documents that you just requested. I sent those out to you already. And I have the envelope to prove that.
When?
I sent this out last week or 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so we haven't received it yet.
That's because it was sent back to me.
Well, why was it sent back to you?
They gave me a notice, and they told me that I needed to fill out the waiver, and I sent the waiver though, and they sent the waivers that I sent, they sent back with a lawsuit, though, the blank lawsuit paper saying that I needed to file another one, because when I filed those documents, the application for former papyrus and the other information that you requested, such as the denying or consent of magistrate and all that, they were sent separately because I didn't have those documents at the time I sent the information out. So when I sent those out, they weren't together, so they were sent separately. But I did send those information.
Okay, so as far as I can see, we either haven't received them. Let me check one other thing.
So give me a second. I filed it on 5/21. I sent it out.
Okay, so we have yet to receive those.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, then I'll resend those information for you. So this case has it been granted?
Well, you have a case number. Your case is open. If you have a case number, your case is open.
Okay.
What exactly are you asking has been granted?
Because
your ISP has not been granted.
My ISP, the informal papyrus.
The informal papyrus.
Okay.
That has not been granted.
Okay.
And we need your consent declination as soon as we receive that will be docketed.
Okay. So the case has been accepted, and is in process.
The case has been open.
It's been
I'm
open.
not going to say accepted because I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Your open.
Case has been open.
Can you
have a case number?
Can you explain what you mean open?
Well, your case has been opened. We have opened a case. You have a case number, so your case has been opened in our court.
Okay, because I was told by the district attorney's office after trying to communicate with them that the case was not even filed. They said that it wasn't filed, and that it wasn't even accepted or processed.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. I mean,
Understood. That's between me and them.
District Attorney's Office has absolutely nothing to do with federal court.
Understood. I was just trying to get a confirmation that the case is opened.
Your case is open. If you have a case number, this case is open.
Okay, thank you so much. That clarifies so
You're
much.
welcome.
The DA was, I think that the people that I was talking with were just trying to confuse me and make it so that I didn't that basically they didn't want to communicate with me is what it was. But okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You have a good day too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So if you watch the videos this far, you'll see that I had said some things that were really interesting, and I want to elaborate further on some of the things that I was saying. So, first off, I want to state that the county council in Contra, Costa County for the pending lawsuit against the library occurred because of an ADA disability complaint. And I filed a complaint that the door was hard to access and I could not easily open the door due to injuries. And they refused to acknowledge this. And so I filed a complaint against them. And they retaliated by suspending me from the library on March 13th. Now, the Contra Costa County Library then proceeded to get notices where I had intent to sue. This was the whole reason for that workplace violence restraining order being created. It was because they were trying to make sure that I could not go through with the litigation and that they would have a defense readily available and say, hey, this person has a violence restraining order against him. He does not have a valid court proceeding. This is simply a retaliation. See, they were trying to set up a defense for themselves by using a workplace violence restraining order, and they wasted time and resources of the county. Now, they knew this because I had a lawsuit pending when I told them I had intent to sue you for the violations of the ADA Disability Act. And here's the pending litigation. As you can see here, let me get a better grip on that. So you can see that there. As you can see here, this is the pending case. It was filed May 10th. That's the original filing. And you can see there, clearly, there was a case that was pending before they even filed the restraining order. There was already a case pending that it was going to be pending before them. And they knew this. And they did that with intent to make sure that I could not file this. And that they would have a defense readily available to them by saying that I already had a workplace violence restraining order on them. And that was their goal of intent to get the restraining order. It was to make sure that I could not file this against them. And I have successfully actually beaten that case on April 30th. It was dismissed. Now, you heard the court clerk also mention that I had to file a consent to magistrate. Well, this is the consent to magistrate that they were talking about. That just needs to be filed with the courts. This is also the I accidentally ripped it off the front page, which had also the consent to magistrate on it. But this is the case management filed. See, May 10th. And so they knew the case was pending, so they did that. Now, you heard the court clerk in the district court say this case is open. You heard the county council said that it has not been accepted. That was a falsehood, a lie, a deliberate misconception in order not to address the issues that they have caused, that has caused me to be injured by their actions and not to hold responsibility for their actions. And the fact is they're relying on individuals in this county or political connections that they have to make sure that they don't hold any liability for their actions. And the fact is people you heard me to also refer to the district attorney's office when I was referring to the lawsuit. I want to elaborate what I meant on that. There's a case here that says that this is called Abbott, ABBOT, Laboratories versus the Superior Court. Number S24989 Fifth District Court. The local prosecutors have the power to seek civil penalties for violations in California that occur outside of the territories of jurisdiction. According to the courts of the UCL, grants broad civil enforcement authority of the district attorney to consent with the statute and purpose and history. So the district attorney, I'm going to be asking for broad enforcement for the Contra Costa County Library and see if they'll be able to also help me in this litigation, as the civil prosecutor has the authority to do so. And so I'm going to see about doing that. And so the reason why I mentioned the district attorney office, if those people want to go ahead and try to mock that the district attorney's office is not the one being sued. I wasn't referring to the district office being sued. I was referring to the Contra Costa County District Attorney's Office representation. And so I am sorry, there's a lot of C's in this thing, in this video it seems to be. So I'm sorry if you having some trouble. I had also received the standing order that they were talking about. This is the standing order that I have to comply with. That's no problem. I can comply with that easy. The standing order, it says something like all requests must be in writing. Calendar dates and scheduling, consent case, meaning I have to consent to the magistrate, chambers, copies and proposed orders, civil management, civil discovery, and it just goes on to discuss the difference between discovery, request for production number 7. This is the packet that they've produced to me, that they want me to comply with. That's the court standing order. That is this order. That was what she was referring to. So when the when the county council said that I did not have an open case and that it was not accepted, that was incorrect. That was a misconception and a lie. That was them not wanting to address it. And I just showed you that the county council will lie and they will be dishonest in their pleadings. They'll be dishonest in the way that they act towards an individual, especially when they know that individual got a case against them that could potentially cost the county a large amount of money because of the way that their employee is acting. And rather than do the appropriate thing and say, okay, what can we do to settle the issue? They exacerbate the issue and decide to ignore me, ignore the fact that I'm wishing to speak to the person who is overseeing this matter, and that the fact that they haven't assigned an attorney. If they don't assign an attorney soon, I may file a motion to grant judgment because they haven't responded to the complaint, and they have a certain deadline they have to follow in order to get the complaint. Otherwise, I can assume judgment, the facts will be presumed in the judgment. Like, let's say this is the complaint, right? everything that would be in this complaint, because they have not complied and filed a response to the accusations that were made against them and about their ADA complaints within the statutory deadline. The motions that are filed, this is the standings, but let's just say this is the motion, and let's say I filed this, right? They haven't responded. Well, everything in this motion has now become a fact. It basically is unrebutted fact, and I can proceed forward with the unrebutted fact by the county. And so the fact is the county has been being very dishonest and lying to people. And I want people to pay attention to this, especially to the case of the in the Northern District Court in Oakland, case number 24CV 02904 KAW. And this is the case of Elijah Dominguez versus Contra Costa County Libraries, ETAL. And so I want people to pay close attention to this case, because this could be a significant case in breaking through the violations that have been going on countless times within Contra Costa County. And finally, hopefully someone will see that they have been dishonest and neglectful in their duties and obligations within the county, and have been mismanaging resources and using and having police officers come when there is no issue, and failing to mitigate the issues. So I want people to pay close attention to this case. And if you like this video and you like content like this, where people like me who are not just auditing, but we're actually going through and filing litigation, and we're actually intelligent and we know what's going on, and I'm not just trying to get likes here. I'm not just trying to get people to share this content. I'm trying to get people to understand that there is a way in a law that you have to follow, and that individuals like Mark Batcherford and the county council members have to abide by the laws, and you cannot violate those privileges, especially when somebody is simply filing a complaint. That is wrong and retaliation. The fact that Deputy Scanlon, Sergeant Scanlon said that these are not violations, that these are not retaliation, was completely incorrect, because I have evidence to show there is clear retaliation. It's the fact that the county is trying to protect members of the county from misconduct and refuse to hold them accountable. We have an irresponsible sheriff, we have an irresponsible leadership, and it is time for a leadership change. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment for more. Thank you, and God bless America. America is the greatest country in the world. Thank you for watching.